good ball movement at certain times and didn't have shots go in. But how do you go against that, or how do you break that down when Paul is having as many as 2 or 3 guys collapse on his drives?
Yeah, we got to kick the ball out, and I think we did that. Listen, to your point, I think it's a good one. Is they really collapsed on us. We took I think 41 threes tonight because their defense collapsed. And sometimes when defenses are doing that, you've got to make the next best play. The next best play is to the perimeter. And we threw the ball to some guys, and we had relatively good looks from behind the line. It was a night where we didn't shoot the ball particularly well. And I thought they worked hard defensively. I thought they worked hard offensively. I thought it came a little bit easier for them, to be honest with you, offensively, in terms of they made some very, very difficult shots to kind of break momentum when we kind of got a little bit of it. But that's what you got to do. Is if you're going to protect the paint, you got to kick it out and make the next best play.
What's the message to Russell when teams are sagging off of him as much as they are, particularly at the three-point line? He got catch and shoot opportunities that were open for him, but obviously he was 0 for 7, and just teams aren't really contesting his shot right now. What's the message to him when you see that?
Well, before the game, I thought we were talking about how well he was shooting.
No, he shot great since he lost up there. Yeah, in this particular game.
Yeah, he didn't. That happens, and this is what I've always felt and believed with our team. Listen, we were a team when the season started. Through the first maybe month or two, we were last in three-point shooting, we were last in free throw shooting, and I really felt like we were a better scoring and shooting team than what the numbers had shown through the first 25 games, let's say. And I felt good about what we were trying to do and the intentions of our guys. And when you play in 2 games, you're not going to always shoot the ball, at the rate that you want to shoot the basketball. And but what you have to do is you have to be able to night in and night out hang on your defense. Because if you look at from game 1 to we're close to game 70 now, you probably see some really high peaks and moments of us being really, really good offensively, and some really, really low moments of us being, poor offensively. But the one thing you have control over is your defense. And I thought we dug ourselves a hole in the first half defensively. But again, I thought the second, third, and fourth, just in terms of the points that they scored, I thought we gave, we were really, really good there. And I think going into, the Indiana game, I thought we defended well. Utah game, we defended well. So we've done some good things. Tonight was one of those games where the first quarter never allowed us really to get back into the game as well as we were working and trying to work defensively.
Billy, go ahead.
Go ahead, Myron.
It didn't cost you the game anything, but the first quarter where Jeremy Grant scores, they go back with the replay, and I guess rule that he hit Draymond Green. What's the ruling on that, and how's it different than what happened the Portland game with Nurkic?
Yeah, I've never really seen it there or heard it before. Basically the rule is you can go back and review it, and they can list it as an offensive foul. They can list it as a flagrant foul. They've got a series of things that they can go through to look at. They said, Draymond got hit in the face, that it was an offensive foul. And in the review, they can overturn that based on the rules and say it was an offensive foul and take the other 2 points.
And the Portland games, why did they not rule that?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think one of the things that I think has happened, and I think the officials are in a tough spot because, that there's games where plays are being reviewed and officials on their own determination determining what's a flagrant and what's not a flagrant. And they're looking at it, so you have to trust what they're coming back. But I think the criteria is probably pretty wide, in terms of there's just different scenarios for different games based on the crew. So I think they're trying to enforce the rules to the level of war as best they can. But some of it is, to be honest with you, they're looking at a video screen, they're making their own personal judgment on it. And someone in some game may judge one way, another time they may judge a different way.
Royce?